I've played about a total of 20 minutes of Minecraft in my life, and I gave up every time because I had no idea what the heck I was even supposed to do. So when Jake stormed into my office and asked to spend work hours building an official LTT Minecraft server, my answer was fairly concise. No. Of course, Jake being Jake, he went ahead and did it unofficially on his own time, then came back into my office saying, "Look how cool this is. By the way, now that it's all cool, you can have it if you compensate me for those hours." And he's right. It is pretty cool. So, it. Here we go. If we're gonna make a Minecraft server, it better be the best server that money can buy. So with the help of Protocase, we're going to design, fabricate, and then deploy the ultimate Minecraft server build with not one, but two 9900K processors inside a single 2U chassis with a whole heck of a lot of water cooling. Today's video is brought to you by Arazi. Stay cool and comfortable for hours with Arazi's new breathable furniture fabric edition chair. Use code LinusTech at arazi.com to get 10% off. So our use case here is obviously very specific. We want to be able to run as many ballin' Minecraft server instances as we possibly can. And because Minecraft Java Edition is so dependent on single-threaded performance, this is one of those special cases where running Xeon or Epic in a server would result in a much worse experience for the users than Frankensteining together some desktop hardware. So then, given we were after the highest single-threaded performance possible, and Intel hadn't launched the 9900KS yet, we hooked up with the guys over at Silicon Lottery who were able to provide us with a discount on a Core i9 9900K CPU that's been pre-validated to run at 5 GHz on all cores. So basically, it's a 9900KS. Then for our second system, we stole the binned 9900K from Gigabyte's Waterforce kit, which means we should be able to have 8 separate Minecraft server instances, all with their own overclocked 9900K core per CPU for a total of 16. Not too shabby. But wait a second, Linus. You can't run dual CPUs on consumer hardware. Well, you can if you run 2 motherboards. So our clever idea was to grab a pair of overclocking capable mini ITX motherboards and then cram them into a single case. We settled on the ASUS Strix Z390i. Now, this kind of a deployment could have negatively impacted the amount of RAM we could install, but thanks to some recent developments in memory technology, we can actually equip each of our boards with these double density DIMMs, allowing us to fit 64 gigs of RAM onto each of our ITX systems. So Java Minecraft servers want about 4 gigs of RAM per instance, which means that we can run a handful of those with extra RAM left over if we want to run a couple of our instances in a non-standard configuration with large mod packs, which would need to be stored in system memory. Now, if you're running a simple Minecraft server for you and your friends, storage size probably isn't going to be a huge concern. But on our system, we're going with dual 1TB M.2 NVMe SSDs in a software RAID 1 configuration for each board. This allows us to load many different game modes onto our systems and allows us to use moderation and management tools like Core Protect, which logs every single interaction that takes place on the server. So modification to a block, adding or removing something from an inventory, etc., etc. So griefers can be dealt with more easily as a batch. Each interaction is pretty small in terms of storage size, but it adds up pretty quickly if you've got hundreds of players and weeks of logs. Now, because a standard ATX power supply unit won't fit in our 2U thickness target, we opted for an 800 watt SFXL unit from Silverstone. That should still give us a ton of headroom, even though it's gonna be powering both systems through this fancy Fantex power splitter that they don't sell anymore for whatever reason. Probably because no one wants to do that, right? By the way, thanks person from Twitter for sending that to us. You rock. So then, that's a lot of hardware to cram into something this thick. So rather than YOLOing it, we started by laying out the components first in Autodesk AutoCAD to get an idea of how long our chassis was gonna end up needing to be with all the cooling that we wanted to cram into it. The original plan was to run regular 360mm PC radiators like in our water-cooled transcode server. But since we did that project, Alphacool has actually started making 80mm radiators specifically designed for use in 2U servers. They even have mounting holes on the sides of the radiators so you can just screw them in from underneath the chassis. These things are freaking sweet. With the layout complete, Jake started on the 3D design. We took some cues from Backblaze's storage pod servers, but scaled them down to meet our 2U requirement. This means most of the chassis is composed of one large sheet for the bottom and sides, with screw-in modular panels for the front, back, and top of the case. We then added some flair to the front with LTT logo fan grills, lots of holes for our radiators, and then a big old cutout up front so that we could mount a 5¼ bay reservoir. It happens to fit in our 2U form factor absolutely perfectly and allows us to easily monitor our coolant levels without pulling the system out of the rack. Because of the standardized 19-inch rack mount width, we couldn't fit our power supply in the back of the case if we also wanted access to both of our motherboard's I/O. So we took some inspiration from modern small form factor PC designs and opted to internally mount the power supply and then plug it in with a cable pass-through that we got whipped up by infinite cables. After that, Jake added some small chassis support bars in the middle of the case to keep it rigid, made a huge cutout in the top panel for some acrylic, then we sent over the designs to Protocase. So this type of a one-off chassis is the perfect thing to have fabbed up by a company like Protocase. Their no minimum quantity policy and 2 to 3 day lead time for most projects is practically unmatched in the industry, and that's made them the choice for more than 14,000 engineers and makers from around the world, including at companies like NASA, Boeing, Google, MIT, and more. Now they did want us to mention, however, that the cost of a one-off case like this would be anywhere from $1,500 to $2,000, meaning it wouldn't be practical for the average home gamer, but for our purposes, this was absolutely perfect. So now it's just time to show you the process of throwing the pieces together for our dry fit before we get started on the finished build. So I guess it starts with the unboxing.
And bubble wrap.
What is this?
Acrylic? That's like the top panel.
Okay, cool.
Or part of it anyways. Oh my God. If that cracked, it would be very bad.
It's not gonna crack.
You just want the world to burn, hey? Oh, stop. Ah. It does make a cool noise.
It does make a cool noise. Whoa! Some assembly required for our chassis here.
Normally they will assemble it for you, but some of these bits were easier and safer to ship separately, so. I don't actually, oh, that's the power supply.
Ah, what was that?
iFixit kit. Hopefully iFixit isn't sponsoring this episode.
Oh, check this out, guys.
I spent far too much time on that.
That is our fan grill. Check it out. LTT logos all up in this biz.
It's gonna look so great when there's just like beige and brown behind it too. Forget popping it, just rip it.
Oh, this is sick.
I know. Thank you.
All right, so here it is, guys. This is the back of our chassis where our 2 motherboards go, as well as our power pass-through.
Now they're a little bit offset, you'll notice, and that's so the motherboards actually sit centered relative to each other in the chassis.
Ooh.
But
did we forget to put rail mounts on it?
It would appear so.
We can just tap those, right?
We could also just like let it rest on something else.
Then over here is the business end. So this is where our 5¼ bay res and on the outside?
Yep.
Oh, is that gonna increase the profile? I don't think it does. It must go on the inside.
I designed it. It definitely goes on the outside.
I don't believe you.
Thank you very much.
Protocase fixed your bad design, because if it was on the outside, it wouldn't slide into a rack.
No, I mean like on the outside, like it goes in from this side. No, it doesn't go on the, no.
Yeah.
I see where the miscommunication is. No, it comes in from the outside.
Yeah, okay, that's fine.
You can't put it from the inside.
You're drunk, Jake. No, it's not how it works. The top is freaking awesome. So as you can see, it's gonna be basically all acrylic top, so we can see all of our water cooling components in there. Oh wow, what the hell? That is some strong plastic on that little peggy there.
I had to use a knife to get it off.
Ow!
Oh my God, what did you just do?
Just almost got myself in the eye.
Oh, should we just use the vibration dampers? Look at this. Oh yeah.
This is gonna be real tight, Jake.
Wow, those look terrible.
Yeah, it doesn't really look
Just use the screws.
Okay, fine, forget it.
Oh God, this plastic is like, ugh. It's like Kevlar reinforced plastic. What the hell?
I am really into these. They fit in a 2U and they're like really designed for it. Like these recessed fittings allow you to sandwich fans in between them if you want. These side fittings and these rear fitting holes allow you to have any flow configuration that you want. It's got mounting holes on the bottom. Super cool.
Copper's expensive, dude. Oh boy. Sweet. Sometimes things just work.
So we're not gonna plumb it up today, but in order to do a decent test fit, we do at least need to mount our radiators and put the fans on them. We've designed our rads to screw in from the bottom and then go together so tightly. So we're gonna have, what is it, 3 of them?
3, yep.
Yeah, so Jake's working on the last one right there. It's gonna be sick! You pop these together. There we go. How much radiator is that, my friends? Why are you taking out that one? It goes here.
If I'm taking one off, I might as well take them both off. Now would be a really bad time for these screws to not line up.
Uh-oh.
What?
It has to go in the other way.
Oh God, really?
Yeah.
No, it's right. What are you talking about?
Oh, wait.
It's flipped on the other side.
What the crap?
Yeah, it's fine. No, I thought about this very extensively
Good.
when I was doing this because I really didn't want to f it up.
Whoa. These are going in no problems. Perfect. Everything lines up great. Oh, it's always nice when things work out, hey?
I'm gonna give myself a cookie for that.
Oh, wow. How sure are you that that acrylic is going on here with these cables?
Oh, not very.
That's pretty tight. Like we were thinking maybe we could put it here or something, but I don't think so. So then we came up with the idea. So our reservoir fits perfectly. These ports over here, these are for like lights, fill, drain, and then this is the inlet and that's the outlet. It uses a D5 pump.
I don't think it's technically a D5.
Is it not technically a D5?
No.
VPP655T.
It's based on the same.
It's a D5.
But it has variable speed control on there. So.
Nice. So it's a D5 Vario then.
Yeah.
So our outlet is going to come out here, go into our radiators, and our inlet is going to come probably all the way from the front, up the side,
back,
over and in. That's going to be a long, yeah, sorry, the back. That is going to be a long tubing run.
Oh no!
They're too loose.
Oh, it's these stupid. That's actually a problem.
We will just not put in the IO shield and we'll just thread them in not quite all the way. You know what, actually, Jake, hold on a second. With them not quite screwed in all the way, it lines up perfectly. So we can just put some Loctite glue in these.
Well, it's a bit high.
Not barely.
Look at it.
But look at this side. This side's not high.
Yeah, but there's a, you see this, like, that.
Exposed metal is like that on that side too.
It's as close as anything in this project.
Wow.
Wow. So normally you would install your M.2 SSD under this spreader and put it back on, but it has this gigantic heatsink on it. So we're gonna go ahead and just install it and leave it like that. Wait, we have a problem, Jake.
Hey,
How do we install the second SSD?
that's on the bottom.
Right,
But we have that crazy space, so it's fine.
we have a crazy space, this much space. So we've got the bottom one installed there. Here's our dual SSDs, AF. Now, obviously we're aware that this cooler is not gonna fit in our case. Might stick out the top a little bit, you know? But again, this is just test fitting. We are gonna move to water cooling for the finished build. Where's our power supply go?
It's gonna go right here, facing the wall.
Here it is, SFXL, 800 watts, 120 millimeter fan.
Do you see it?
It's not really necessary, but this server is going to be shockingly quiet. So that's gonna go kind of like what, there-ish? Okay, so yeah, that can go there. This will go in between the boards right about, yeah, this is plenty long. Make sure the total power consumption of your 2 motherboards is not higher than 452 watts.
Of your motherboard. Oh boy. Screw it.
Wow, this thing is pretty crusty.
Hey, guy on Twitter sent it to us. It was sitting in his closet for like a year, so.
It sure was. Oh yeah, I guess we could do that. Just give it the old wiper, yeah. Should be fine.
It might not be pretty, but it'll work.
All right, there. Now for real, it's done. We can't slide the server onto the table because we haven't shaved the bottom of those standoffs yet.
Well, we could just seat it.
I don't want to scratch the table.
This table's so banged up already, you can barely.
They stick out like this far.
Really?
We would be gouging that table.
Put it out with the water from your. Oh my God! There goes the Bay Reservoir. It's great because you almost did it before and then actually did it now. Is it cracked?
Why didn't we move that? You know what? It's fine. No, it's fine. Don't get it.
What if it's not
It's fine.
sealed now?
It's fine.
Are you sure?
Yeah, it's fine. All right, so this is it. We've got our Minecraft server set up. This is just one. and we are ready to do a quick test. So I just go now, right?
Yeah, just go for it.
You good to
I
go?
have to tell you the IP, but yeah.
Scanning for games on your local network. 6.180. Nope. 10.20.6.180. I know how to type in an IP, smart guy.
I'm not saying you're stupid. I'm
Firewall thing or something?
on a local connection.
Well, I mean, Windows has a firewall thing I have to click away. I don't know about your Linux.
Oh my God, maybe.
Yeah, I'm pinging you, and nothing's happening. Did you just say you are an ass load?
You're an ass load.
Hey, I helped the thing.
You did. I was just so astounded that the minimal install of this OS comes with a pre-enabled firewall.
Hey.
Do you want to fly?
Do I want to what?
Fly?
A fly.
Do you want to fly?
No. I wanna craft mines.
You hold the button. You don't.
It takes this long to harvest one friggin' piece of wood?
You're punching it with your hand.
Well,
Have you tried to cut down a tree with your hand before?
yeah, well then that's totally unrealistic for a completely different reason. And wait, why does the tree stay like this? How does that work?
Just like.
So is this just an automatically generated world?
Yeah, so there's like a seed for every world. That's like what it's based on.
I understand what a seed is.
Yeah. Type/speed. You're gonna go really fast.
Woo! Look at that world generate, baby!
We haven't even overclocked a server either.
Wow! We ripping, boys!
I'm gonna crank the server to like 32 render distance or something crazy like that.
I mean, 32 seems like a lot. Why don't we just do like,
I already set it to 32.
okay. It's more. It's chugging a little. It's trying.
That's a lot of render distance.
10 of 10, definitely trying.
Oh no, the poor server.
How's our CPU doing over there? Ooh, ooh!
We're pegged at 100%.
We're at 100%, okay. So this is it. This is peak Minecraft server.
Well, we haven't even overclocked yet. What do you mean?
So this is all being generated in real time, is that right?
This is very unrepresentative of what we would actually do.
Oh yeah, no, this is totally unfair.
Oh boy, it's
Whoa,
it's not having a great time right now.
it's trying. Woo!
There we go. Oh, I thought it just froze.
Oh no,
You're just letting it.
it's doing it. I love it. Moo, 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 moo.
You wanna blow some shit up?
Some of us are adults and have things to do, Jake. So stay tuned for part 2. We're gonna water cool that thing, we're gonna overclock that thing, and we're gonna get it live so you guys can join. See you there. Oh, after this message from our sponsor. Corsair's Hydro X series of custom water cooling components makes it simple to pick out a high-performance water cooling loop for your gaming rig. Their XC7 and XC9 RGB CPU blocks look fantastic and do a great job of pulling heat away from your CPU. Their XG7 completely converts your graphics card to water cooling, and of course they've got tons of other components that you need, including their reservoir and pump combo that can mount to a fan or to your case, pretty much anywhere. It's got really versatile mounting, their fittings, their adapters, their tubing. The list pretty much goes on. So check out their entire lineup today at the link in the video description. So thanks for watching, guys. See ya.